For this part of the live stream video is now being prepared to go on the set as continue in the full walkthrough. Hello everyone and welcome back to part 65 in the Crew 2 as part of the full walkthrough. Checking some 4 skills and 1 event in Seattle to take the tour on the Cascades to go around. Plus to have a live extreme series to go on September Spectacular event, just to start out to be on Rallycross, Hypercar, and Hovercraft to do the final leg for only 3 of them on the multi-class event. So next up, as I just went down and make a decision to go by participation in American Legends Season 5 Episode 1 and 2 or Season 6 in Dominion Forsberg on the first episode. But my best decision is I'm about to be ready and take on Chris Forsberg's Dominion to do this part of the full walkthrough video. But first things first, all I need to do to get back over to have 2 locations on the home between in Malibu or the island in state of Florida. But I'm just going to go enter it and get myself prepared to have a nice official Chris Forsberg racing outfit and a helmet itself. Perfectly, and just to have the rightful place to be here on the main start. So I guess I just really might need to change appearance before enter to take on his Dominion. Let's go customize my avatar and have the helmet to be well appeared to be set. Wow, looks like I just got a lot of helmet to be collected and being set by own. Okay, looks like there you are. Now just gonna have to be equipped. Now go on racing suit. Okay, just pass by and there you go. All set and become a driver to take part his Dominion. As you already took part of Dominion Forsberg to have some more vanities and cars from Season 6 from Episode 1. But apparently that will be doing a quick time to go on event selection is going to get more excited and challenging to face yourself to go with some drifting, time attack, and go by using any 4 discipline to be part of his Dominion. Gonna have to go on vehicles and have the discipline to be on type to be deselect, go by brand. So feast your eyes on this one, folks. We just got 6 cars of Forsberg Racing is now being related to Nissan. 350C, Gold Leader C, and 3 other kinds of variation on the 370C, plus a Nissan GTR Nismo GT3 as a 2020 model. So far so good to have all kinds of livery to be part of the Forsberg Racing team is now actually perfection and giving a good 6-car collection to become as a true masterpiece. For any starters that might be going likely to have a max per level to go by recommend, but I'm not gonna have to try it out all of 6 Forsberg Racing vehicles that related to Nissan to be specified. But don't forget, any kinds of parts will be required to be full maximized, and this one is giving an extra to go for having a time attack and drip event depends on other discipline. So first things first, get all the parts will be installed to be on the max per level, depends on it. Okay, now let's see. It needs to have some more parts. Okay, doesn't matter right now. I just really need to get organized and be prepared to take part of Dominion Forsberg. It takes a lot of affixes and the dirt one is now being required to have the final part ever yet. Okay, on to the final step on drip discipline. Nope. That's a good correction. Okay, let's see. gonna have to do for only one max per level on the maximum from the Lamborghini Aventador. Parts are being switched, and there you go. Alright, on to the activities to go on Motorflix that includes all episode. Quickest way to get there, so I'll have to skip on to Contractor in Season 4, Episode 1 and 2, along with Season 5 in American Legends. This one is definitely to start out to be on 0% by the progress, along with Episode 2 in Frozen. But after all kinds of more Motorflix events to be related to have a sprint race by a marathon in Into the Storm and Blizzard Rush, along with 8 races in the USB Tour cities, along with the other 5 on next to be take place in Motorflix Island. Alright, let's get it on and check the event list to be well set up and go by numbers. Each kinds of different track layouts to be specifically to be part of Dominion Forsberg and Brosen itself is now being put up onto the number of tracks and layout itself. Different discipline comes in to do some challenges to be using on drift, touring car, street race, and rallycross discipline. But I bet you guys have already done this once, so this will be doing my time to go enter by having a good debut on the spotlight for having a good time and go for the challenges to have the 2-part conclusion. So let's get ready to go and start out on drifting in number 1 at the 5 Kings Casino Motorsport Park. This will be doing the main topic is all about Forsberg racing vehicles is now perfectly to have this part of the segment. Just going to sit back and wait and have the location to go over in Las Vegas, Nevada. So let's enter and switching to a different vehicle to be set and good to go to be recommended on the highlight. Go by filters, be patiently and go down. Alright, so there's going to have to take 2 choices by using any specific Nissan drift vehicles. As part of the Forsberg Racing, this will have to start out to go for the Nissan 370Z Pro Drift that has a good excellent horsepower of 1421, top speed 205 miles per hour, handling is go full expert. But if possible, a 2009 model that has a Nissan 350Z Roadster is actually to have a good different set by default, but the per level is going to be stationed to be at 190. But this one was part of the Motor Pass exclusive that you guys have already got this one, including all of ourselves, is definitely might need to have this most fine 350Z Roadster is being driven by Chris Forsberg. But looks very cool. That could take one good excellent novice to go settle in and become as the first step as a pro racing champion to go on the drift. But I'll have to choose the Nissan 370Z Pro Drift. Hang on 1 second. We'll have to becoming as a Pro Drift champion. This will be doing the right time and go for the Nissan 370Z Pro Drift is now being used by Chris Forsberg as a 2021 model. Time for me to get ready and get set to do some drifting on the track. This is where you can start out on number 1. Good intro on the event and let's get it on. 3 seconds and go for the green.
There's a double apex turn on this drift circuit. It's quite technical, but master it and you can link it in one slide.
Okay, sorry about that. I just need to keep get a hold of it to myself. Alright. I'll have to get that for having a one quick fix. Alright, let's get it on and get ready to do a chain drip a combo. Let's roll and hit the nitro.
There's a double apex turn on this drift circuit. It's quite technical, but master it and you can link it in one slide.
You know the drill, folks. Let's do some drifting and stay longer by the chain of combo. Oh boy, this is going to be so very much more excited to do some outside and inside corner to have that track. Just like starting out to be on Dominion Series Phase 1. Yeah, that's a good nitro to be well added up with some affixes and vanities. Going hot-headed and go drip like a pro. So very awesome to have that Forsberg Racing Nitro on the rear, and especially to be well applied to be modified on the hood. This base model on the Nissan 370C is actually to be served as a drift vehicle, unlike the original and the Nismo counterpart version as a road-going tuned variant. But that one is born to become as a pro drifting champion to be well participate to see how Chris Forsberg has already done this since his career. The NOS energy drink decal is seen on the rear, but I am so very thrilled and go drifting like a most finest excellent challenges to take part his Dominion. Okay, that's a good chain combo.
Bumps and turns, you'll make it to the end.
Okay, that's 424,130 points. That's it for only lap number 2. Yeah, that's good. Successful and one event complete. Just finally beat Chris Forsberg's score by exactly in over 25,000 points, added with 500. Now that's a very good skill of drifting to take on in the first Dominion Forsberg on number 1. That's only one event down, 8 more to go, and very awesome to be excited on nighttime to go drifting. The spectators are really love to see one drift car to go in action. Alright, looks like one quick demonstration is doing well precisely. Next up, gonna have to check again on Motorflix to have the category to do this topic. 11% complete. Now let's go on to touring car in number 2. Eagle Falls Motorsport Park by having a Nissan GT-R Nismo GT3 as a 2020 model. Unlike the 2018 version, as the original is now being updated from the 2013 model was being participate in the 24 hours of Nürburgring. So the gate is about to be open and quick switch. Now gonna have to be automatically to go by recommend. Just to have a different personal variation unlike the original for having a good 2018 Nissan GT-R Nismo GT3 as part of the Forsberg Racing. But this one is actually to be as a 2020 model to be quite very good to be added to the game as part of Dominion Forsberg in the Crew 2. So it takes 1006 horsepower and top speed 246 miles per hour to be at 320 per level. Handling is going semi-expert, but we just already tried this out, and that will have to take the first one ever yet to be classed as a touring car vehicle will be entered for having a 3-lap time attack. By having drifting for only 2 laps, by having a time, and 3 laps for having a time attack to be step in and see how you can handle it without any opponents to go around. Or just gonna to tag along as a crew is actually to be doing the best served as a race.
Go for it, it's now or never.
Alright, this time main objective to have Chris Forsberg time must be claimed in about 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Up I go and follow the line on the track layout is now being applied on the barrier. Okay, it's about time to go racing in action. Inside the tunnel. Go right ahead. Checkpoint currently on the sector. Okay, looks like still got this. Just need to keep a good line of perfection is all I need to do a queue. Okay, slow down and steady. Climbing up and go all the way. That's one lap down. 2 more to go. Just keep it up. I know how you guys really done this once, since every live summit event on different challenges to be well capable on different touring car classes. Especially as part of the Forsberg Racing Team brand to have the Nissan GT Arnismo GT3 during episode 1 on season 6 Motorflix. That one is actually to be served as a free vehicle to be on the main current progress of the tier. But we already got this one because that is actually to have a free vehicle to be part onto the previous Motor Pass system. So coming up onto the next turn to go improvement, steady well and practice well to go oversteer. Okay, that's a good inside final turn. Punch that nitro to go straight. And here comes the final lap. Okay, looks like progression is at 71%. 90-degree angle turn around on the Eagle Falls track. That's very good. Alright, now do that perfect line right back at the same corner. Okay, good straightaway to have a formation. Okay, that's good.
There's still tread on those tires. Burn them up.
10-4. Gonna take the final turn and go burn rubber. And there you go. Just like that. Ghost time is being used as 4 minutes, 2.533 seconds. Now we just made it on time for having a good check mark achieved by exactly in 3 minutes by having a round onto the current seconds with a decimal itself. So Dominion Forsberg number 2 is check and done. Now, gonna have to stop again to go by the options to be proceed on to Dominion Forsberg number 3. So one moment and go on activities again. Okay, looks like Five Kings Casino and Eagle Falls is now being checked. Different track layout is now coming up on number 3. Street Race Discipline. It's about time and go quick travel to get out from the track and go back in to have the same part of the Babylon. Alright. This time, Drift Touring Car is checked. Next up, Street Race on number 3. Either depends to be using as part of the Forsberg Racing to go for the Gold Leader C as a 1975 model, and of course to have a 2022 Nissan 370C Dominion Edition as part of the last Summit event reward from Dominion Kings. So what do you guys think? Decision is a decision to go by Nissan specified vehicles is now being fully modified. Well, maybe I might gonna have to choose the Gold Leader C, that is. It has a good horsepower of 860 with a top speed 226 miles per hour to go on a semi-expert as usual to be on the rarity on handling. This will have to go classic to have a good Gold Leader C and step in onto the track with a different layout. time to go golden racing and see how it works perfectly to be tested and go for the 3 lap.
As soon as you see the bump, release your nitro.
Alright. This will have to take good heads up tips from Chris Forsberg. As soon that you might reach up to the bump, use the nitro while you can. As differences from the touring car version on the Eagle Falls Motorsport Park. This part of the track is perfectly used on street race discipline on number 3. As soon that you might need to stay careful to do some tight turns and few corners on the elevation plus with straightaways. So here comes the next turn to go left, just like from number 2 in different layout. Okay, there you go, right pass around on the monument, and this is where the final turn, what he talked about. The Gold Leader C is actually to be served as a base foundation to the Nissan Fairlady C as a most finest classic vehicle, but very perfectly to have the premium exclusive vehicle from the last Motor Pass system. But we already got this one because hopefully it'll have to take more Motor Pass exclusive vehicle to be set by Former to have a list of returning vehicles by schedule until the next update in the later future. But still yet to come because all kinds of changes and all kinds of best exclusive vehicle to be on the main tier progress from tier number 1 to go all the way up to tier 50. Here comes the final lap. Gonna stay on the inside. Very good. Make that Gold Leader C proud. Okay, hit the nitro, up I go. Okay, mark on the inside.
Good work with the throttle. Now hammer down.
Got it. Done and done. 2 minutes, 43.765 seconds to beat the target time of the ejected by 3 minutes. Wow, looks like this is going to be quite giving a lot of loot out there to be on the common and rare. Perfect time to go with some collecting with some spare parts. Okay, that's a good check, and that is a done deal. Alright, let's check again to go on options and see what else is coming up next to go on rally racing. Okay, that's not where I'm at. Go by activities. Okay, so after drip, touring car, and street race is complete, 2 location in Eagle Falls from number 2 and 3 after the 5 Kings Casino on number 1. So the next racetrack is going to be on number 4 to be on Rallycross at the Monument Motorsport Park. So let's quick travel and go over there to be set and use the Safari Edition as part of the Forsberg Racing. Well, talk about having a good time to be on the snow. This will have to change the weather forecast to go around in the mountain states. So switch vehicle again. And this time, start using to have the 4th vehicle on Forsberg Racing Nissan 370C East African Safari C. This one is actually to be based from the original, as being converted to become as a 2020 model is now being actually to be modified with some good customization on the front, and even to have the hood to be adding up onto the rally lights. But this one is actually to be quite very good to have a modern Nissan 370C rally-based vehicle to go on the dirt. And that is how this livery variation is just to be part of the Forsberg racing team to have a per level to go maximize on 230 that brings out 705 horsepower and top speed 174 miles per hour. Unlike the original Nissan 370C is now being used as a standard rallycross vehicle. This will have to take a good exclusive vehicle as part of the premium motor pass. So take place to be on the sunset or either to be on the sunrise. So let's go and hit the gas on the dirt.
Be ready for those turns coming right after the bridge.
Alright, tight turns and go with rally drifting on the dirt. Better be ready to go crossing in. This track is going to be set on the dirt to be outside at anywhere. A very fine, good, capable to be driving on the most finest rallycross vehicle for the Nissan 370C. And it also to have a number 64 to be listed as East African Safari is now being driven by Chris Forsberg himself along with his co-rally driver. But that was a very fantastic to see this most fine FR layout is now being driving onto the off-road trail. So coming right in, one jump up ahead to be a clear first lap, then entered on lap number 2. Okay, gonna pack up the drift. Okay, that was a good clear turn. Going crossing through the bridge. Alright. 20 seconds behind the gap on the ghost car. Still got this and make a good mark on the time. The handling sure does have a good capable to be driving on the dirt, so it'll have to take much more through to have some tires, including with this Forsberg Racing Rally tire is now being actually to be well based. So here comes the dirt and final lap. Let's step it in and drop the hammer to go on the inside follow through. Okay, very fantastic to stay up ahead. Going full jump. 10% to go remaining. That's very good. One more jump.
Brakes and nitro, the magic duo.
Yeah, pull out the nitro. And there you go. Over 3 minutes, added with 8.624 seconds. Very awesome and way to be doing one stunt of the rally racing to go 3 lap time attack. It's all about doing some challenges and see how you can prove it to be well tested to see how the asphalt and dirt courses to be alike. Fort event is check and complete to be on rallycross racing. So let's have a good check again and go back to the activities. So go back to Motorflix in all episodes and progress at 44%. So that makes 4 events to be checkmarked on normal difficulty, and this time it'll have to be saved later on to be stopping on Dominion Forsberg number 5 at the Monuments Motorsport Park. But I'll have to save the last 4 of them in the next event before proceed on to Frozen. But one more event to go, and this will have to take the first part of Dominion Forsberg to be in part 65 at the full walkthrough. But I know a lot of changes going on, so I just really might need to have the topic to go for having some continuation to do at the start. So get back on the Forsberg Racing Nissan GTR Nismo GT3, wait, and go on number 5. So let's go. Track is about to go wet.
After you pass under the bridge, get ready. There's one chicane left before the finish line.
Got it. Take place to be on the asphalt after number 4 on the rallycross track. The chicane is actually to be included to have the final part of the last corner that you might need to keep a good specific to be on the inside of the line apex. As also for the Monument Motorsport Park is now definitely to be yet remain to have one of the newest tracks from the previous update, as along with Into the Storm, Blizzard Rush, US Speed Tour Cities, and Next. But take a good look onto the sun itself, because the only time to have that wet surface might need to be hurry up and beat the condition without losing enough grip. And here comes the chicane. Hang on one second, I just need to take a time out. Alright, now let's time in and start over. I just need to get settled in and get my mind up to be focused on racing. This has got to do for only one condition to go on the wet surface. So let's go and hit the gear.
After you pass under the bridge, get ready. There's one chicane left before the finish line.
Understood. As you can see, folks, this part of the track layout after number 4 to be racing on Rallycross, the asphalt for touring car discipline will be said to be on the wet surface, is all about just test your skills on the traction without losing enough grip. But we have come this once, so eventually this has got to do for only a 3-lap time attack to see how good you are can handle onto the wet surface around the track. But after the rain, of course, to have that part of the condition to be on sunrise. But get a load of this most flying view out there to take the horizon. Hairpin clear, now going straight. Better watch yourself. Chicane is coming in right about now. Okay, that's pretty quick. A type more challenging, like facing the chicane of death. Okay, first lap down on to lap number 2. Gonna keep going. Very much more refined specifically to have the number of turns and layouts throughout any elevation. Okay, now going back in onto the tunnel slope. Wow, looks like so much good mural is being placed on the wall. Very like it. Okay, comes in and stay on track at the inside. There's going to be having a lot of few spectators around to be coming in right back at the chicane. And there it goes. Flying perfection, go on the outside, and handling to take one step on the inside. So don't be scared, you guys. The challenge itself on number 5 is all about to have one race to be facing in the wet surface around the track. But all you might need to do to have the nitro to go practice throughout any future live summit events, since we've been participating from Dominion Series in number 1 through 3. Okay, that's good. Stay on track and go down on the left. Naturally, it might be helpful to be driving on the GT3 FR layout to be facing on the wet surface. So one more chicane to go to be stepping in to get back. Alright, very good. One more push.
Don't spin out now. You're doing great.
Alright, looks like that should be doing safe in one piece. 3 minutes, 39 seconds with a decimal of 0.618. Job well done to survive the wet, and one good grip traction for the Nissan GT-R Nismo GT3 as part of the Forsberg Racing. Okay, looks like back to free drive and go back on the snow. Whew. What a good day, you guys. This brings out to have part 1 of Dominion Forsberg as part of season 6 on Motorflix after I just made a decision. But even yet, just going to go check again on the map to be highlighted to have some more events to be listed as brand new. Go by filters and have type Motorflix. Status needs to have to do by 56, and the other 8 events must be required to be locked. But there's gonna have to take more few of Motorflix event is actually to be required to have some 5 race event marathon on Into the Storm in episode 1 and Blizzard Rush in episode 2 from season 7. It'll have to take 52 more to go, and the standard one might need to be required to have a minimum at least what's left of it. Okay, normal difficulty is now being placed on 56. So let's have a good time to go back onto classic. Alright, so looks like still got a lot of more work to do to have some few more events is gonna have to go on the first track and second track as a brand new Drift Discipline event, along with Year of the Tiger as a street race event to be part on Gold Rush in the Hovercraft Discipline. But still more to come, because this one is going to be yet closer to have one step up ahead and get closer to have one's classic event to be well done to have 12 more to go. But after all, Motorflix events is still yet to be coming around to go on full expansion, as we just already might need to be well done and finished as well. Time to wrap this up, folks. Part 2 of Dominion Forsberg along with part 66 will be coming up to have a major conclusion to have 4 more to go, and 2 tracks is going to be located right next to be at the Pro Racing headquarters. So I'll have to do my best and continue on to have one part of a time attack and drifting itself to be stay forward until moving on in Frozen from episode 2 in season 6. Thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2, folks. Glad that you really enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more to see about my image artwork like UTRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time in part 66 in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.